Hi there, my name is Dawn, and welcome to another episode of The Chamber Within. Today, I want to talk about the mechanics of meditation. And what I would like to offer you today is a way to focus. Because many people say that it is difficult to be able to sit still and meditate, like the task is just too great. And so, I just want to offer my very real approach to focusing and stilling your mind. All right, so let's get into it. Here's what I like to do. I sit down in a comfortable place. And for me, that's my wicker chair. I sit with my back straight and my hands on my lap. In the past, I've tried sitting on my floor, and even though it's carpeted, it hurts after a while and is very uncomfortable and turns out to be a distraction. So that's why I suggest a chair or a comfortable sofa seat, something like that, to where you are not focusing on how uncomfortable you are. And now that you've found a comfortable place to sit, the next big hurdle is what to focus on while my eyes are closed. And so I suggest instead of trying to ignore your thoughts, which I hear is the biggest complaint, I focus on my breathing. Now, you can't ignore your thoughts because they are incoming all the time. However, you can shift your focus and focus on your body or your hands, which I started out doing, but the most powerful focus for me has been my breathing. So I become more deliberate with it. Being able to focus on the rise and fall of my chest cavity and sinking into its rhythm has been super helpful. So when I do that, it becomes a singular thought, right? I'm not fighting against other thoughts. I've just honed in on one particular thought, which is the body. My breathing and the simplicity of it is what I focus on. I don't have to work on it because, as you know, like other systems in our body, it is involuntary, our respiratory system. And that's a blessing because I forget about things all the time. But now, as we are focusing on our breathing, we want to take in the feeling of being grateful. We want to take in our very existence. It's very simple, but being grateful for existing and just being here, not doing anything other than being alive. There are no tasks needed of us at the moment and no judgment on what we could be doing other than this. Because you know what? There is only this, our existence. When we focus on the body and our breathing, the rise and fall of our chest, and the rhythm of it, pay attention to what it sounds like to breathe. Really, really focus on it. Not just the fact that you are breathing, but what it feels like, what it sounds like. However, it is most comfortable to you is perfect for this practice. I am most comfortable with light inhales and slow exhales. I start out with my mouth slightly open. I'm more focused on my breathing the slower it gets. I know that it slows down throughout the duration of my meditation. And this is beautiful. This is the breath of life. Everything we do is because of our breath. The ability to take in oxygen and release it back to our world around us is the most important thing. We just happen to take it for granted, and we don't ever really think about this moment unless it has been challenged or compromised in some way. You know, perfume, oh, that smells nice. A floral botanical garden that is also aromatic. Something is cooking and very fragrant and pleasant to our nose. But equally, and something unpleasant is what we are able to notice with this gift of the breath. Again, we may take it for granted, but not now. Right now is the only moment that matters, and this moment is what we are grateful for as we notice our own connection to life. With this recognition, sink even deeper into this moment and notice. Make some adjustments. If my nose isn't clogged, I tend to close my mouth and solely breathe in and out through my nostrils. I prefer a silent meditation because it allows me to hear spirit better. Well, what does that mean? Well, what I mean by that is that throughout the day, I may have like a personal question or some query about my life or my day or another person in my circle, and it's a question I can't possibly answer or know the answer to, but I'm like, where's this going? Where's this leading to? What am I doing here at this moment? And honestly, the answers come to me in silence. It feels like an idea or a sudden motivation, a reminder. But the irony has always been for me to sit in silence without expectation. Just be. It's okay to just be, to exist, to feel, to love, to appreciate, to breathe. Love the body you're in, doing its work without you telling it to. Sit with it, give it a moment of peace. No tasks, just rest. Conscious rest. Sit with your body, in your body, and feel the subtle energy running through its system. This is the gift of being. And I keep saying gift because it allows for appreciation, right? Like, we're not struggling to breathe, we're not on any particular apparatus. We're just breaking our life down into a simple moment, which is inhaling and exhaling, sitting in awe of your body doing amazing work and just listening to it. This is gratitude. How often are we grateful for this moment of simply breathing? If you can dedicate 10 to 15 minutes of this moment where you can allow yourself to stop, slow down, and simply be without any requirement of doing, you will see the results of it. It's a reset button for your nervous system and a life hack, a true life hack of learning how to focus your mind. If a random thought pops up, that's okay. Let them come and let them go. You can pull yourself back to this moment by focusing on your breath. This will allow you to be in your body instantly, out of that distant thought, out of that worry, out of some task that you haven't done because you keep putting off. Give your body time, give your mind peace. You may have to refocus 5 times or 50 times, but get into the practice of bringing your attention back to this vehicle for this lifetime, which is your body. This was the key to my chamber within, an inner door and threshold between chaos and inner peace. So here's a checklist. First, find a comfortable place to sit. Then, sit upright to avoid falling asleep because, yes, if you get really good at it, you will possibly go to sleep if you're laying down and trying to still your mind, which, side note, is a great way to go to sleep. I learned how to put myself to sleep by becoming good at meditation, but I digress. So, find a comfortable place to sit upright, and then focus on the body, on your rhythmic breathing. Then, if you want, play light music in the background. That is definitely a choice for you if you'd like to. I tried it, it didn't work for me, but if it works for you, then have at it. Do whatever works for you. Now, my advice is this: please keep at it. You will get better. You can start with 5 minutes and go from there. Set a timer if you need to. Meditation is a practice, so keep going is my suggestion. Even if you feel like you're missing the mark, you can only get better at it if you keep trying. And most importantly, do not judge yourself. Reward yourself with this patience and love that's easy to give to someone else, but this time give it to yourself. Give yourself patience, give yourself love, give yourself time to learn. There's a learning curve with this if you haven't really focused on it. You will get there eventually. Before I let you go, I would like to add that when I was learning how to meditate, like I said, I was sitting on the floor. That didn't work, but I didn't give up. I was focusing on my hands and was I clasping them correctly? I think I was um, holding them together and thinking they needed to be a certain shape or a circle, or my fingers needed to be interlocked. Um, I sat on my bed, back against the headboard. I fell asleep. I'd fall asleep because the only peace was going to sleep instead of consciously giving my body rest, just sitting still. So I made a ton of adjustments, I'll say. So please don't judge yourself. It is a wonderful gift to the self, and so many things can come out of learning how to be with you, yourself, your body, in quiet, learning how to focus and escape all of the worries and concerns that you may have throughout the day. And by escape, I don't mean to not deal with them, but I mean to get out of that survival mode. If you are able to meditate and sit in silence, coming out of that, you will see things differently. You'll see it in a different way. You'll be able to process it easier because you've given yourself time to refocus your attention and not be so wrapped up in the emotion, because a lot of times that can blind you. So, getting answers out of silence, I really mean that, because if you're able to be calm and be still, is there's just a knowing that happens. Like I said, keep at it. If you're interested in meditation, keep at it. Adjust some things, tweak a few approaches to it, and I would love to hear the things that come out of uh, honing your practice. So I've personally gone from 5 minutes, I used to set my timer, to not setting a timer, but being mindful of my start time. So from 5 minutes to about 45 minutes of meditation. And it never felt like 45. It always felt like 20 minutes. But I had found, like I said, my inner chamber, and it did not, there's a huge time differential. So it never felt that long. But, anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. I wasn't good at it when I started, and do not have the expectation of mastering it the first day, the first week, but you will get there. All right. So I'll leave you with that. And as always, I thank you for joining me today. I sincerely hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can email me at thechamberwithin@yahoo.com. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.